Okay, good morning. Welcome to Friday Flow with Ellen. Friday Flow from the lake. We're going to start in a standing position, so sort of like a mountain pose. So with your feet right underneath your hips. And I want you to sort of rotate your shoulders out a little bit so that your palms face open and out. I want you to take a really big deep breath, bring those shoulders up, and then exhale, sort of tuck them down in your back pocket. Okay, knees are sort of soft here. And then go ahead and feel free to close your eyes here in your mountain pose. And just do a quick scan of your body. Notice how you're feeling this Friday morning. And without passing any judgment on yourself and your body, notice areas of tightness or tension, maybe areas where you're feeling really stretched out, you're feeling really good. Maybe you're feeling a little sleepy. Maybe you're feeling ready to take on the day. So all of those things are okay to feel. But it's good to always, just as a reminder, to check in with yourself before going into any kind of workout. And just do what honors your body today. So if you haven't yet, go ahead and close your eyes. Allow those shoulders to draw down and back. Allow your feet to really ground themselves into the floor. Imagine there's a piece of string on top of your head, and it's just gently, ever so slightly lifting you up a little bit higher. So that spine is nice and tall here, and almost feel like that rib cage is lifting up with it as well. And with your eyes still closed, you can place that right hand on your chest and left hand on your belly. We'll just focus in for a moment on our breathing. Inhale, you feel the chest and the belly rise. And then exhale, you let it fall down. So inhale, chest and belly, lifting you up a little bit taller. And then exhale, sort of grounding into that mat beneath you every exhale. So think of lifting up towards the ceiling, or if you're outside, towards the sky as you inhale. Opening that heart, and then exhale, sort of stitching that rib cage together, grounding yourself into the floor. So we'll do that one more time, thinking of lifting up on that inhale, and maybe growing an inch taller here. And then exhale, let it go. Staying here with eyes closed. Now we're just going to focus on our breathing out towards the sides of the room. So place your hands along your rib cage. So I want you to feel that rib cage expand as you take a deep breath. So expanding out, so your fingertips should move away from each other. And as you exhale, those fingertips should come a little bit closer to one another. So a couple more times like this. Inhale, expanding, filling up the lungs, and then exhale. Bring it back together. We'll do that one more time. Big inhale, big deep breath. And then exhale, bring those fingertips a little bit closer. All right, go ahead and open your eyes and place those arms down. We're gonna do a couple of arm circles here. So nice and gentle, you're gonna reach those arms up. And again, be mindful of your joints, including your shoulders and how they're feeling this morning. Exhale, you're gonna rotate those hands and bring them down. So a couple more times. Big inhale, like you're sweeping and lifting those arms up. And then exhale, back, down, and around. And when you're right here, I want you to really focus on squeezing those shoulder blades together. So now we can get a little more of the total body into it. You're gonna bend the knees a little bit. Scoop those arms up, inhale. Maybe you take a slight arch in that back, that feels comfortable. And then exhale, down and around. So let's do it two more times, big deep breath. And exhale one more time. Big deep breath, inhale. And exhale, perfect. So now we're gonna bring our arms from the sides up to the top. So inhale, reach up. You can take your gaze up here, and then exhale, I want you to press down. So inhale, lifting up positive energy here. And then exhale, just pressing down anything negative, pushing away any tension or stress in that body. Inhale, we lift nice and tall, and then exhale down. We'll do it one more time. And this time you're gonna keep your hands at the top. Big inhale. Once you reach for your right wrist with your left hand, take one more inhale, and then exhale, go over to that left side. So starting with a side body stretch, a little bit of a bend. To sort of let go of any tension in your shoulders, you can bend your elbows. If you want a little bit more, straighten those arms. Let's bring our feet together. I do this sometimes in my stretch at the end of other classes. I want you to push into this right foot and then find an inch more space here. Imagine someone's pushing into your hips. So you're getting a little bit more length in this stretch. And then inhale, come back to center, nice and slow. Exhale, just circle those wrists as you allow those arms to fall down. Perfect. And then a shoulder roll here, maybe two, and then we'll do the other side. So back with those feet just under your hips. And inhale, we reach those arms up. Exhale, we now reach for that left wrist with our right hand. And then take it over to the side. So still keeping those shoulders down. If you find that they're sort of creeping up a little bit towards your ears, maybe bend your elbows and drop. Maybe you add a little bit more length here. And now bring those feet all the way together, this time pressing into that left foot. Inhale and exhale, finding an inch more space here in that side body. One more breath. And then inhale, center. Exhale, slowly release the arms, circling those wrists on the way down. Perfect. And then roll the shoulders, two here. Okay, so we're gonna create a little bit of heat now in the body. All right, so we're gonna come back to that first thing that we did, where we sort of sweep the ground, we lift up, inhale, but then this time, exhale, I want you just to shake it out right here. Add a little bounce. Inhale, and then exhale, just shake it out. So we're gonna do a couple of these. Keep moving, I'm just gonna show you from the side. So nice and tall here, and then just shake it out. And now a little bit of a bounce there, and sort of that squat. Big deep breath. And go at your own pace here. We do 4 more. So maybe you get a little bit lower, maybe you go a little bit faster. 2 more. Last one. And then inhale, up, palms come together, exhale, bring them down to heart center. Close your eyes, feel your heart beating a little bit faster. 1 more breath here. And then go ahead and open the eyes up. Perfect. Okay, so let's go ahead and start right at the top of our mat. So we're a little bit warmer here. We're just gonna go through our first basic flow. And as always, you can have your props handy. So whether that's a towel, a block, or a pillow. So big deep breath. Let's reach those arms up. Inhale, and then exhale, we're gonna swan dive forward. Leaning forward with that chest. Inhale takes us to a nice halfway lift. We're pressing those heels into the floor. We're creating a nice flat back with our upper body. Shoulders draw down and back from those ears. Exhale, we're gonna plant those hands onto the floor. Let's go ahead and just step back to a plank. Nice plank position at any time. Feel free to lower 1 knee or 2 knees to give that back a little extra support. With this plank, I want you to tuck those hips under, squeeze your glutes a little bit, and breathe. Keep those legs nice and straight here. Press through your heels. We've got 4. Keep breathing. 3, 2, and 1. One more inhale up here. Exhale, those knees lower without dropping those hips. And then we also lower the chest at the same time. Elbows go back. We flatten those toes. Inhale, we lift up, baby cobra. Elbows come into our ribcage. Exhale, retuck the toes. Lift up and back to now our first downward facing dog. So we'll hang out here for a couple of breaths. Pedaling out those heels. Really think about pressing your chest towards your thighs and relaxing that head. So hold this here for a couple of breaths. Option for down dog, you can always find a child's pose anytime during class this morning, or even a down dog with just those knees on the floor, whatever version you'd like here. And let's do one more breath in this down dog. Inhale brings us back to our plank. Hold this right here. So tucking those hips under just a little bit, squeezing your glutes to keep those hips lifted, and then exhale, lower knees and chest, same time. Inhale, we lift up, baby cobra. Exhale, retuck the toes, down dog. And we'll do that one more time through just to get nice and warm. Trying to breathe in and out through the nose, just to strengthen your lungs. One more time. Inhale, we roll forward into that nice high plank. So you stack your shoulders right on top of those wrists. Just for a breath here. Exhale, knees and chest. Making sure those elbows go straight back and that they don't fan out to the side. Pull them into your rib cage. Flatten your toes. Inhale, lift, baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. And hold that there for a couple breaths. 2 more breaths. We'll come back up to top. 1 more breath. I'm just checking in. Perfect. Go ahead and bend your knees on your next inhale. And then exhale, you're going to walk your feet back to that front part of your mat and your forward fold. Hang out here in this forward fold for just another breath. Inhale takes us to standing. And then exhale, palms come together. And we lower down. Okay, everyone nice and warm. We're doing okay. Let's go right into a couple of poses and get even warmer. Practice a little bit of balance today. So similar to flow to what we did last week. All right, so inhale, reach up, the deep breath. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, halfway lift. Pulling those shoulder blades together and pressing your heels into the floor. Big stretch through the back of those legs. And exhale. Let's go ahead and start with our right leg. We're going to step it back. Big step back. I want you to lower to your knee. Lift your chest, arms up, low lunge. You can keep that foot tucked behind you right here. Take an inhale, exhale. I want you to pull those elbows down. So we're coming into cactus. Now I want you to flatten your back foot. All right. So inhale, we're going to lean forward a little bit. Bring those elbows in. Exhale, we open. So right there, we're really opening up through the front side body. Let's do it 2 more times. Inhale. Also really working our core here. Staying balanced in this position. 1 more inhale. And then exhale. Just hold this right here. Also dropping those hips and getting a stretch for your hip flexor. Shoulders down, chest is lifted. The whole time we're still keeping that core engaged. 1 more breath. Inhale, we reach our arms straight up this time, and then exhale. Let's go ahead and take those hands down. You're gonna retuck that toe. Now what I want you to do is bring that foot up for warrior 1. So lift your knee, and then bring your foot a couple steps in, your back foot. And then place that heel down. You keep your front knee bent. You lift your chest, arms up, and now you're in warrior 1. So just getting into it a little bit differently. Sensitive shoulders, you can come right back to that cactus. You want a little more, interlace those fingers. Keep your pointer finger and thumb out. So your arms are glued to your ears here. Whew. Definitely a little bit harder. Let's try 1 more breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Let's go ahead and take those arms down. We're going to straighten this front leg and work on that triangle pose. So inhale, those arms come back up, and exhale, we lower them down. Inhale, you're going to reach for that front foot, and then exhale, take your hand to your knee, back hand to your hip. Inhale, I want you to look down, bring that shoulder to face the mat, and now exhale, I want you to open up from that side body. And you're gonna take a couple breaths here. So with every exhale, maybe you get a little bit lower. And then when and if you're ready, you extend that top arm, right? For that full triangle position, you stack that wrist right on top of your shoulder. This is just their first time going through it. We'll come back to it. You'll get an opportunity to get a little bit deeper into this pose. Just really make sure you're twisting from that rib cage, from your shoulder, and we're looking up. Micro bend in that front leg. 1 more breath. Press into that back leg, pull yourself up, inhale, and then exhale. Let's go ahead and just cartwheel those hands down. Taking that back heel off the floor, hands come down, we step back, downward facing dog. Perfect. We're gonna go through this flow on the floor and then do the other side. So inhale forward to your plank, and this part's always optional. Exhale, knees and chest. You can choose to hang out in child's pose if you'd like. Inhale, we lift, baby cobra. Maybe each time finding a little more space and getting up a little bit higher. And then exhale, down dog, and hold that right there. We'll do the same thing on the other side. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Perfect. Inhale, you're gonna bend those knees. Exhale, walk, hop. Maybe you're ready to jump towards the front of your mat. Find a nice forward fold. Let it go right there. 1 more breath. And then inhale takes us back up to standing. Let's bring our palms together and exhale down. So other side, here we go. Reaching up, big deep breath, exhale, let it go. Halfway lift. Remember this flat back and pulling those shoulder blades together. And then exhale down. Stepping back with your left foot now. Big, big step. Lower that knee gently to the floor. Lift your chest, arms up, inhale, and exhale, draw those elbows down for cactus. Now go ahead and flatten your back toe, okay? Inhale, we're gonna lean forward slightly. We're gonna bring those elbows in, and then exhale, we squeeze our shoulder blades together, and we get a big stretch in our chest and through our shoulders. 2 more times, inhale, while also challenging our balance here. 1 more, inhale, leaning forward a little bit, so add a little bit of movement, and then we hold it right here, exhale. So maybe you have a big arch, maybe you're just right here, whatever feels comfortable for you, but also a little bit challenging, right? And stretching out that opposite hip flexor this time. Inhale, reach those arms up, nice job, exhale, hands come back down. We're gonna take this back foot and walk it in a couple of steps, lift the knee off the mat, walk it in, and then press that heel into the floor to find warrior 1. Once you're there, lift the chest, inhale, arms up, and exhale, hold. So back leg nice and straight. Hold this right here. If you want a little bit more, remember you can interlace those fingers, and you're sort of gluing those arms to your ears without shrugging your shoulders. So that's just a little more challenging option, a fuller version of warrior 1. Making sure you're still tucking those hips under, right? Keeping that core engaged. Inhale, let's straighten that leg. Exhale, let's lower those arms and get ready for triangle. Other side, reach towards that front foot. First, just lower to your knee. Back hand comes to your hip. Now I want you to rotate down, inhale, and now exhale, open up. And taking a few breaths this first time around. Every exhale, that front hand sliding down, a little bit closer to reach the inside of that foot. One, if you're ready, extending that arm, stacking that hand right on top of your shoulder. Hold it for 2 more breaths. Remember, I always say, imagining you're falling against a wall or you're squished between 2 walls. And then inhale, you're gonna press into your back foot. Use those obliques, your core muscles, to slowly pull yourself up. That we stretched in the very beginning of class, right? And then exhale, let's cartwheel it down. Step back, down dog. Same thing here. Inhale, forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale. And hold that there. And as we continue to go through, since we've been here doing this for a while, I may not call out all those names of those poses or even some of the breaths. So I just challenge you to work through that at your own pace. It also helps you to remember some of those movements and sequences on your own too. And you all know we've been doing this forever. 1 more breath, you got it. And then inhale, bend those knees, take it to the top. Inhale takes us up to standing, palms come together, exhale down. We're gonna add on. I'm gonna go a tiny bit faster too. So as always, feel free to take it down a notch, slow it down, or maybe even speed it up. Lift up and take it down, exhale. Halfway lift. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. And exhale. Big step back, right foot. We're gonna lower that knee. Inhale, take those arms up. Exhale, pull your elbows down for cactus. Untuck that back toe. Inhale, come forward, elbows in just one time. Exhale, open up, hold this right here. So next time we go through it, we're gonna try this in a regular high lunge without that knee on the floor. One more breath, keeping that chest lifted and ribcage pulled in. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, retuck that toe. Lift up, step in for warrior one. Heel to the floor, inhale, arms up. Exhale, hold. Maybe interlace those fingers, or maybe find cactus, up to you. Hold this here. One more breath, keeping that core nice and strong. So you want to add a different pose right here, okay? I want you to straighten your front leg, and if you don't have your arms all the way up, go ahead and bring them there now. Try to interlace your fingers, okay? Inhale, I want you to slowly lean forward while keeping your arms close to your ears. You see how I'm doing this? I want you to pull your hips back. So you could bring that back foot in a little bit closer, okay? And your fingers don't have to be interlaced, but keep them out. Hold this right here. So we're getting a nice big stretch in the back of those legs. It's sort of like pyramid pose. That's uncomfortable for your arms. You can extend them straight back, but we're sort of getting ready for warrior three in that balanced pose. So either arms by your side or extend it out. Both legs are pretty straight here. Imagine someone pulling your hips back while someone else is pulling your wrists in that other direction. Find your flattest back. Drop the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades, one more breath. Woo! And then inhale, slowly, slowly come back up. Keeping those arms close to your ears, nice and slow. And then exhale. If you had stepped forward, take a step back and lower those arms. Triangle pose, we're gonna go right into it. So inhale and exhale, flow right into that. Small micro bend, remember on that front leg. Imagine me holding on to that wrist and pulling it back to open up your body a little bit more. Hold it for 2 more breaths. Let me just check it out. Beautiful, good, Mindy, yep. 1 more breath, you all look great. So remember, squish between 2 walls. Inhale, push into that back foot. Exhale, come back up. Perfect. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and add warrior 2. So lift those arms up. Lift your back heel just like last time. Maybe take a step back, but open up from your hip. And exhale, lower, right? Because our feet are at a different placement for warrior 2. And then inhale, straighten that leg, arms up. Exhale, 2 more. Inhale, just create a little more movement. 1 more. Inhale, exhale, hold. Find that lowest point, keep those hips low. Looking over that front middle finger. Front knee is bent, back leg is straight, 1 more breath. Inhale, forward, exhale, flip that palm, peaceful warrior, finishing it up right here. Maybe take that hand around, reach for your hip. Take your gaze up at that hand. Big side stretch here. 1 more breath. Inhale, come back to that warrior 2. Exhale, take that back foot off the floor and cartwheel your hands down. Great job stepping back. Woo, so we added a couple different things there. Let's go through this floor flow, I like to call it. Inhale and exhale. And you're gonna hold that down dog, right, for a couple of breaths, and we'll do the same thing on the other side, okay? And you can always choose to add a push-up there, come into a child's pose, whatever you'd like for that floor sequence. Next breath, you bend the knees, and then hop, jump, walk to the front, forward fold. Inhale takes us back up. Nice and tall, palms come together. Exhale, lower. Let's get ready for the other side. Inhale up and exhale. We've got this. Inhale, halfway lift. Nice flat back, pressing your heels into the floor here. And then exhale, let's lower. So big step back with that left leg. One more time, we lower to the knee, but next time we're gonna try to keep it off the floor. Arms up, inhale. Exhale, draw those elbows down, cactus. Flatten that back toe. Inhale, forward elbows in. Exhale, open. Hold this here. So imagine the next time we do this, you're in a high lunge, okay? It's going to be a lot harder, but I want you all to try it. And then inhale, take those arms back up. Exhale, plant those hands down. We're gonna go ahead and retuck that toe. We're gonna step it in for that warrior one. Reach up, inhale, exhale, hold. Back leg is nice and straight. So hold this here. You can extend those arms up and release your fingers. We're gonna lean forward, flat back into that pyramid pose. Okay, this one's tricky. All right, so inhale, you're gonna straighten that leg. If your arms are not up, bring them all the way up. And then very slowly, as you lower your chest, you're also gonna push your hips back. So you can even watch my screen, notice how I do this. Okay, because I don't want you to fall forward and round the spine, right? Nice flat back. So go ahead and try that with me. You're gonna take a couple breaths. And then once you're here, flat back, I just want you to hold this. That back leg can come in a little bit closer. Arms can be also down by your side. Hold this here. This might feel a little better on those shoulders. Find your flattest back and hold it for a couple of breaths. Just want to check in with this one. Yeah, perfect. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Push your chest to the floor. Yes, perfect. Good, Diane. Very good. And this is going to prep us for that warrior three balance. Okay, one more breath. And then slowly bring yourself back up. Again, driving those hips nice and tall. Arms come up if they're not there. Exhale, lower them down. Here's triangle pose. We'll flow right into that. Inhale and exhale. Again, taking a couple breaths. Hold that there. Stack your wrists on top of your shoulder. Look up at your hand if you're extending that arm. Perfect. Couple more breaths. You all look great. Keep it up. Let's do one more breath. Beautiful. Nice length. Imagine you're getting taller in this triangle pose. Reaching up. Inhale, press into that back leg. And then exhale. Let's bring our hands together. We'll lift up. Inhale, arms come up. Back heel pops off the floor. We're going to open from our hip first. And then lower into warrior two. Open from the hip. Knee and ankle will then follow. Inhale, arms up. And exhale. Two more. Core still nice and strong. Last one. Whew. And hold. Your lowest point. Being sure that we're not leaning forward a little bit. I want you stacked right on top. Okay? Back leg is straight. Inhale forward. Flip the palm. Exhale. Peaceful warrior. Maybe back arm reaches around. Take your gaze up at your hand. You got this. One more breath. Can you find an inch more space? Inhale back to warrior two. Exhale. Peel off the floor. Cartwheel those hands down. Great job stepping back. Awesome job. Inhale forward. Do this slow at your own pace. Or of course, find your child's pose, right? So you're either in down dog or child's pose. Couple more breaths. And we're going to add on another layer. One more layer, okay? You got this. Let's keep the energy going. Continue to build that heat in the body. Next breath, you bend your knees. And then exhale, hop, jump, walk towards the front, forward, fold. All right, we're going to go right into it. So inhale takes us to standing. Stay right here. And then exhale, let's go right back down. Whew. Inhale, halfway lift. You got this. Pull those shoulder blades together. And then exhale. So here's our big change. Biggest step back with that right leg. It's a lunge. Biggest step back. You keep that heel off the floor. You reach those arms up. Inhale. Exhale, pull those elbows down. Remember cactus. Inhale forward. Elbows in. Exhale, open. And stay right here. Woo, this is my good side. So you can see my leg is nice and straight. Of course, you have an option to bring it back down to the mat. I want you to hold this for a couple breaths. You're lifting up through your rib cage, tucking those hips under just a little bit. Woo, spread the fingers, cactus. Open up through the chest, you've got this. One more breath. And then inhale, we're gonna reach those arms up. And then exhale, we're gonna take a big step in with that back foot. So big step in, press that heel down, and then we come into warrior one. So also a little bit of balance. Interlace those fingers. Inhale, I want you to straighten that leg. Exhale, we go right into this pyramid pose, that flat back. Arms are either by your ears or down by your sides, right? Either way. So either way, see how flat my back is. The kids would be able to sit on top of my back, right? And I'd be able to hold them. Hold that there. That's how strong I want that to feel. I can come over and sit on your back and you would not collapse. Okay, hold it. Make sure those shoulders are out of your ears. Arms by your side, on your hips, or fully extended, legs super straight. Woo. This is tricky, one more breath. Inhale, push into that back leg, slowly come up, and then exhale, rotate and lower those arms. Triangle. Inhale and exhale. Find that triangle pose. Extra challenge here, that bottom hand lifted away and off of your leg. Woof. And feel your core work a little bit harder, right? So maybe just try it for a second. Hold it there, a couple more breaths. Just try it once. See how that feels. Definitely a little harder. One more breath. Inhale, push into that back leg. Woo. Exhale, come up. Here we go, warrior two. So big inhale, lift. Maybe a step back, open from the hips, and exhale. Because here's where we're going to practice that balance. That warrior three, we'll practice it a couple of times. Hold this here first. Warrior two. Flip that palm, inhale. Exhale. Take it back. Take your gaze at your hand. Maybe back arm comes for a bind. You got this. One more breath. Inhale back to that warrior two. Okay, so we're gonna come back to that lunge. So you're just gonna lift that back heel off the floor. Back arm just reaches down and comes back to the front. I want your hips, everything facing right in front of you, okay? Arms up, inhale. Exhale, palms come together. Bring them to heart center. You can take a quick break here if you'd like. Take a look at my screen, okay? I'm gonna lean forward. Notice how straight and flat my back is. I'm gonna push off this back foot. Even if I take a couple steps, that's okay. And then you're just gonna lift that leg up. All right, that's your balance. Maybe get close to a wall or close to a bench, but I want your shoulders back and your back flat. So let's come back to this lunge. Palms come together. Inhale, make this same shape as I'm making with my body. Back flat, leg is straight. And then when you're ready, just push off. I want you to think of lifting away from the mat and lifting up. All right, hold it there. So yes, your chest goes down slightly, but think of lifting up from the mat and keeping that back leg as straight as you can. I want you to flex that foot. Imagine you're pressing that foot into a wall and squeeze your shoulder blades together. You're gonna fall out of it. That's normal. We're practicing balance here. We're not perfecting it. Just get back into it. So a couple more breaths, and then I'm going to give you an extra challenge. All right, so here's that challenge. As you inhale, you can take a break and watch my screen or just do it with me. You're going to stand up and bring that knee to your chest. We're going to really work the core on the glute. And then exhale, press it back. So if you were watching me, go ahead and try it this time. Maybe you can watch me again. Inhale. Woo, that's standing leg. I'm bringing that knee to my chest. Oh my gosh, this is hard. And then exhale. So let's try 2 more times, all right? Inhale, of course, you can give your leg a break, maybe shake it out, but try it one more time. Exhale. And then the last one, you're gonna hold it. And just like with that pyramid pose, you go take your arms by your side or in front of you. So we were also prepping for warrior 3 in that pose. Lift your hips, tuck those hips under. One more breath. And then inhale, go ahead and just relax that foot, bring it to your other foot, and you're gonna bicycle your legs. Woo. And then maybe shake out your feet. Oh, a lot of balancing on that foot. Great job. We're gonna take it down for that floor flow and do the other side. So take it up and down, step it back. Down dog. Great job, everyone. Floor flow, whatever speed, whatever version you are doing. I'm just taking a quick little child's pose breather, but you do what is gonna work for you. So child's pose or down dog. 2 more breaths, we'll do the other side. 1 more breath. Inhale, bend those knees. Exhale, hop or jump or walk forward, forward fold. And remember, we go right into the flow. So inhale takes us up. And then exhale takes us right back down. Inhale, halfway, flat back. So see where this came into play. Nice flat back for that balancing pose. And then exhale. Here's the challenge on this side. Biggest step back with that left leg. This one's a little more challenging for me this side. Lift those arms. Inhale. Exhale, draw those elbows down. Cactus. Inhale forward, elbows together. And then exhale, open. Hold this right here. You have the option of lowering to your knee. I always have my back knee slightly bent. My hips are just super tight, but try to straighten that leg, okay? Hold this here. Remember, it's a little bit of an arch because we are opening up through our chest. Perfect, hold it. Lifting up from that rib cage. 2 more breaths, looking great. Same amount of weight in your front leg as your back leg. Remember that too. All right, inhale, arms up, and then exhale. We're gonna go ahead and bring this foot a little bit closer in and press it down and come into warrior 1. Hold that warrior 1, arms straight up. 1 more breath in warrior 1. Inhale, straighten your front leg. Exhale, gently come into that flat back. Arms extended in front or behind you, but I want to see flattest back, like a bench. Hold it there. Try to keep both legs straight. You can have a small micro bend in that front knee. Nice, beautiful. I know this one's tricky. Stitch that rib cage together. Don't forget about your core. 1 more breath, driving those hips back. You've got this. Woo! And then inhale, stand up nice and slow, reach those arms up, and exhale, open to triangle. Let's go right into it. Inhale and exhale. Maybe even using that wall. In this space, I don't have that bare wall, but if you have a wall, fall back into it. So 2 more breaths. Remember, the challenge here was taking that bottom hand away from your foot. So we normally put some weight in it, right? That makes it easy. Pull away so that you use your core muscles a little bit more. Yeah, perfect. Good, Mary Beth. Arm nice and straight there. And then inhale, push into that back foot. Woo, slowly come on up. Exhale. Warrior 2, arms up, back heel off the floor, open from your hip and lower. Maybe even a step back. Hold this here. We're gonna get ready to balance on the other side. First, peaceful warrior. Take it back. Maybe that bind. Drop those hips, take your gaze up at that hand. You got this. Inhale, back to that warrior 2. And exhale. So let's go ahead and face the front. Back heel off the floor. You wanna rotate those hips. Back arm swings to the front. Arms up, palms come together, down to heart center. So now you know what we're doing. You can go right into this with me. You lean forward with your chest. Back leg is super straight. Inhale and exhale, push up that back foot. Stand up nice and tall and extend that back leg up. And hold it. So I first always say palms together at your chest. I just don't want your shoulders to roll forward, okay? Continue to pull your shoulder blades together. Make sure both hip bones are facing the floor and that you're stitching that rib cage together. And then we're gonna try that balance, right? Perfect. It's okay, fall out of it, get into it. We are here to practice together. Keep your shoulders out of your ears. Lift that leg a little higher. Can you get a little bit straighter? Heel is flexed. All right, very slowly. You can again watch my screen, take a break or go right into this. Where inhale, I bring my knee to my chest, and then exhale, see how flexed my foot is. I press back out. Okay, so we're gonna try a couple of these. Inhale. Woo. Knee to chest, so you're standing right there, nice and tall. Exhale, so sort of like a deadlift, right? Almost like a single leg deadlift. We'll try two more, maybe try just one more. I'm gonna try two more. And remember that last one, I just want you to hold it. I know that standing leg is gonna be burning it, but I want you to hold it for this couple breaths. This is my last one. So hold your last one, fullest version, maybe arms extended by your hips or out front. Hold it, straighten your leg, 2 more breaths. Lift a little higher, falling over. And then inhale, relax, and exhale, bring that foot to meet your other foot, and we're just gonna bicycle. Woo, those legs. Awesome, awesome work. Shake out the feet, take those arms up, float it down, and step back to down dog. So you can go right into child's pose or flow through this vinyasa one final time, up to you. Maybe you go through it twice. Again, totally up to you. When you're done, knees wide, feet together, and everyone's gonna find a child's pose. So take your time here. Maybe using that pillow or block to sit on. If your knees are tight, maybe use your pillow or block for your forehead. Press your chest to the floor in that child's pose, along with your forehead. And you're gonna slowly inhale, walk those hands up, and then exhale, swing those legs around. Okay, so before we get to stretching, first of all, how's everyone doing? Thumbs up, are we good? I didn't check on you all. You all are warriors, great job. So we're gonna do just a little bit of core before we finish into stretching, all right? So while we're still warm, we're sitting nice and tall, we're gonna come into a boat pose. So shoulders down, I want you to draw your navel in towards your spine, all right? You're gonna lean back a little bit, and I want you to lift those legs off the floor. Hands start right underneath your knees. Elbows are bent, and I want you to imagine that you're lifting your chest up to the ceiling here, okay? You can hang out right here, right? You can even have a pillow behind your back if your low back's a little sensitive today. And if so, then I would just say stay here, or you can stay here with your feet on the floor and just practice leaning back and lifting. So if you want a little more, take those hands away, arms straight and palms up. So you should have felt that difference, right? If you want a little more, on your next inhale, raise your right arm up. Woo, feel that shake. Exhale, bring it back down. Inhale, raise your left arm. And you can even do this with your feet on the floor and still feel those abs. Let's try it again. Inhale, raise that right arm. Keep your chest lifted, pull that belly button in. Exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale, raise the left. Feel that shake. Exhale, hold it right here for 8 counts. Even more, extend your legs straight up. Hold it for 8, wherever you're at. 7, tuck those hips. 6, 5, chest is lifted. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reach behind those knees. Gently go forward and find a butterfly stretch. Great job. Whew. Soles of the feet together. Relax those knees off to the side. Keeping that chest lifted in this stretch. Inhale and exhale. So just gently press your chest forward and imagine your hips pulling back in the opposite direction. If you have the range of motion, maybe you can lower your chest to the floor, but I really want you to think of pushing your chest forward rather than just simply rounding your shoulders in order to get your chest down, okay? So press it forward. Feel that stretch, and then go ahead and release. Woo, let's shake those legs out. Great job. Let's come down onto our back. All right, so nice and slow. All right, so we're gonna do a couple bridges, a couple inversions here. So your feet are about hip distance. All right, when your knees are up, your hands are down by your side. Nice deep breath, inhale. You're gonna tuck those hips under, press your low back into the floor, and then exhale is when we lift up. Nice and slow. And you don't wanna go so high that you start to feel your weight on your head and your neck. You wanna keep it on your upper back, okay? So you don't need to push up super high. Inhale, you gently lower back down, one vertebrae at a time. We'll do a couple, and then exhale, lift back up. You might hear the kiddos in the background. They were so sad when I told them I couldn't play with them this morning. And then I had to teach class. Exhale, lift back up. And we're gonna do this one more time. Inhale. And if you have that block or pillow handy, feel free to grab that. We're gonna hang out in this bridge, lift up for a couple breaths. So you can do a supported bridge by placing that pillow or block. You wanna give your hips a little bit of rest here. You wanna make it more challenging, interlace your hands underneath and pull those arms in and just hold. So up to you, couple options. Keep breathing, couple more breaths. So this is either a challenge for you or so just a moment of recovery. But you get to choose that, okay? One more breath wherever you're at. And if you have that block, you're just gonna slowly lift a little bit higher so you can slide that block out. Maybe you're taking those hands away from your hips and bringing those arms back out, and you're just gonna very gently lower back onto the mat. And then we'll just windshield wiper those legs. You can reach those arms overhead as you do this. So it's nice and easy. We're dropping them from side to side. Okay, so we're gonna do another stretch in the side body. This one I don't think I've done in a while, but we're gonna do a stretch where our body makes the shape of a crescent moon. Okay, so I'm gonna talk you through it, also show you standing. But start with your legs straight out and your arms extended out. All right, so what I want you to do is walk your feet over to the left side as far as you can go until you feel that stretch. And I want you to keep your legs fairly straight. And now you're gonna do the same with your upper body. So you're gonna move those arms and your head over to the left as far as you can. So you're sort of making a capital letter C with your body, or like a crescent moon shape. So hold that there. If you're not sure, I'm gonna show you standing. It's actually what we did in the very beginning of class. Remember that side body stretch? We're just doing it on our back. So it's just a little bit different feeling. Okay, so hold that there. It might feel a little weird. You're gonna hold it over on that side for one more breath. Okay, but also should feel good. And then just slowly walk back to the center and do the same thing on the other side, right? So walk those feet over to the right. Try to keep them straight as far as you can go until you can't go anymore. And then same thing with that upper body and those arms. You can move your head to the side. Might be a little more uncomfortable for your arms and shoulders. You can always take one arm across your chest. And hold it right here. And then slowly come back to the center. Great job. Big inhale, exhale. We bring our knees into our chest. Gently rock side to side, circle those ankles. And we'll end in happy baby right before our relaxation pose. Okay, so happy baby. So what you're gonna do is bring those knees out, hands come in. You're gonna go ahead and reach for the sides of your feet, reach for your toes, and you're just gonna extend those legs straight up. Gently rock side to side. This should feel like a nice massage on your spine. If you want a little more, extend their legs straight out for a straddle. A little less, you can just bring those heels back in. And then when you're ready, just go ahead and relax those feet down. And just for a couple of moments, you're gonna close your eyes. Just find a nice relaxing pose to finish up class. You can bring it back to your breathing. So maybe you place your hand on your chest and on your belly. Maybe you roll over to your side and that feels comfortable. So whatever feels good for you. And then slowly start to move your head from side to side. Start to wiggle those fingers and toes again. Gently start to bring yourself back to awareness of your body here and start to wake yourself back up. Extend those legs out, arms overhead. One more time. You're going to take a big deep breath, inhale, and exhale, let it go. And then let's gently roll over to our side. You're going to find a comfortable seated position to end class. And now we're going to reach those arms all the way up as we inhale. All together, bring the palms together as you exhale, lower them down to heart center. Go ahead and just close your eyes for a moment. And as always, thank yourself for making the time for you, for your body, hopefully your mind and your spirit this Friday morning. And we'll open our eyes and we will say namaste to one another. Thank you all so much for coming. I hope you all have a wonderful Friday. If you didn't already, drop your site name into the chat box or any comments or feedback. Great job. How are we all feeling? Feel a little better.
Thanks, Elle. Great class.
You're welcome. Thanks, Teresa.